Hello everybody and welcome to this video about Figma Make. Just a few hours ago Figma released Figma Make for me. And this is a program where you can turn your designs into interactive prototypes, which you can publish online or deliver to your developers to implement these kind of designs into your project. So let's start by going to the create button and make a file. And I will try and explain a little bit how the interface works, what options you have, and how you can ultimately build your prototype. For this, I already wrote a little prompt. It's not the best prompt, but it will hopefully understand that I want to make a timeline where I have time boxes whenever I can plant a plant in which month. So I did a little bit of a description, and I also made a quick design on how I think it should look. So it should look somewhere around a timeline where you can see all the date and the plants, and then the time boxes will allow you to see, okay, I can now plant, for example, a radish or a lettuce, and this is the time now. So if it's in the box, I can plant it, and I can also click on it to see a model with a little bit of more information about that plant. So what I do is I make this text prompt, I fill it in here, and I send it off to Figma Make. And hopefully it will understand what I want to make. So a little bit about the interface. It really looks like a ChatGPT, Claude, Grok type of interface, only that the chatbot is completely on the left, and in the middle you will see Figma Make running. So as you can see now, it's writing the code, and next to it is the folders it makes. Whenever this is done, you can also go into the folders and see the actual code, but this is just performing real time right now. Let's go back into the text prompts. You have a way to attach your design. So if you have a complete design and you want to make it interactive, either to publish it online or test it with a developer if it's possible, you can do it here. You can also attach an image, or you can point and edit, which we'll do a little bit later in this video. And it's using the Claude Sonnet 4 model, which is one of the best models for coding at the moment. Now, as you can see, it did a pretty good job at figuring out what I wanted. I wanted to have a timeline in which I could see when I can plant a certain plant. So I think there could be some changes. For example, the now, it would be good to have some sort of line. And the January is not really lining up with the timeline. So those are two fixes I want to do. But first, we can see the months, the plants, and we can actually go into a model where we can see a little bit about the plant. So it's easy to plant. The harvest time will be 45 days. So when you plant it in May, you'll probably get it like mid-July. And it will have a little description, and you can just add on top of this. But what is really nice is this point and edit feature. So when you're going into some type of other code editor, it's really hard to pinpoint what you want to have changed. And in this version, it's quite unique because you can say, okay, this box of months, let's hope that it will fix for me, but these months should align with timeline. This way I cannot see exactly when to plant, when to start planting my plants. And when you send it off, it will give this specific div, and hopefully it will understand that I want this div to align with the timeline. It's not the best prompt, to be honest, because I could have said I want the months to align perfectly with the timeline and maybe even give specifications of that. But hopefully it was clear enough for Figma Make to understand. And as you can see, it will go through reasoning again, where it will find out how to redesign it so it will align. And it's doing actually quite a good job. Oh. Well, well, it could be nice if we extend, let's see, um, the timeline should there you go, should take the whole width, and the lettuce and the plant text can be placed inside the timeline. Something like that. And because I didn't give it a really good design of how things should be placed, it is figuring out how I want it. So your prompt needs to be very precise, but you can see that it will eventually get to your ID. So it's basically a tool that you can use to prototype very fast, especially if you're not a designer. I think it's a really cool tool to design interfaces without ever having to touch a design. But also for designers, it's a really good tool to visualize and prototype how your static designs will turn into something really useful. And as you can see here, there are some failures here. These lines are going across the interface and it's not lining up correctly here, but these are things you can really pinpoint. As you can see, I did some tasks right here, and it really fixes it quite nicely. There's one more thing I want to do, and that is that the now this should have a vertical dotted line that will go till the end of the timeline, so I can better see in which month we are now and what we planned. And that would hopefully give me a dotted line somewhere around the 5th of June. So I can see which plants I can plant. And for example, the spinach will probably be another plant that I can plant. So it is running this code. In the meantime, I want to say, try it out. Hopefully you already have access to it. And yeah, let's see what we can make with it.